unanimous. Count of three.
Yourself and your team.
One.
We have accepted the positions of leadership.
Yes, thank you very much. My name is Ramson Mhiri, and I'm coming to you live from Parliament here. We have had an evening where members of Parliament have been having Easter carols with, of course, in the presence of the Archbishop of the Church of Uganda, His Grace Dr. Kazimba Mugalu. In attendance is the Deputy Speaker. We have ministers in attendance. We have members of Parliament present. We have members of the staff of Parliament present here, celebrating the crucifixion and, of course, the rising of Jesus Christ from death. And that is the main point today. But, of course, taking center stage, the celebrations we know that come at a time when Parliament has just passed the anti-homosexuality bill, and also a council, the first time, the first of its kind, a council of the chaplaincy of the Anglican members of Parliament has been established and put in place with, of course, led by the government chief whip. I want to talk to the State Minister for Housing, Honorable Persis Namuganza, who has been in attendance. What she marks and makes over the calls made by the Archbishop. Of course, he emphasized that members of Parliament should not be intimidated, should not be lured by money sent by the members from the European country, and of course the council that has been put in place. Honorable, you are live on Church of Uganda Family TV, News at 8.
Thank you. I'm happy to be live on Family TV because that's one of the stations I love so much.
Honorable, the Archbishop has challenged you, called on members of Parliament not to be intimidated. He says he has received calls and messages saying that the president, he should talk to the president not to assent to the anti-homosexuality bill. As members of Parliament, as a minister who sits in cabinet, first of all, have you had any communication to call asking that you shouldn't be supporting this, and the cabinet's opinion, and actually your opinion on the words of the Bishop of Uganda?
First of all, I want to appreciate His Grace the Archbishop of the Church of Uganda, because it is his determination and courage that made members of Parliament turn up in big members to consent, and we passed this bill, the anti-homosexual bill. He was in it before us, and he mobilizes, and he mobilized us. Actually, other religious leaders joined the Archbishop. Even the president has been clear from the word go and said that this is not one of our cultures, we don't tolerate this, so members of Parliament, do your part. So for me, I think his message of today is just concealing, it's just, an additional nut on what already he told us from the beginning. So for me, as a believer, as a Christian of the Anglican church, the Christian faith in the Anglican church, I heard the message of my Archbishop, and I said, no, I have to go. I have to leave whatever I'm doing to go, and we speak one voice. So actually, for us, we are just praying for him. When we hear those messages of intimidation, the messages of what, we are like, one time I called him, I think a week ago, and said, Your Grace, we are with you in prayers because we are hearing a lot of intimidating messages. And sometimes they are not just intimidating, but these people can be serious, because, people who are in that category of society, they can be evil. So for us, we are standing with him also in prayer to make sure that no harm can reach on him, because those messages are coming in saying, don't fly this way, that man has this, deviated from, you told us that the Church of England, they have decided to wed couples of the same sex. So that really is not a simple thing, and I'm happy when he reported to us that there are churches in England still, and America and elsewhere, that have joined him and say, we want you to be our leader. When I heard that, it was a very great message to me.
How significant is this bill, you as a minister and as a member of Parliament?
It is very significant, and that's why it has attracted debate all over the world, because people have deviated from the normal, as you've heard His Excellency the President explain, and some other people, and they believe that these are their rights. They consider them as one of their human rights. And once something is mistaken to be a human right, is not a simple argument. So our step as government of Uganda, as the country Uganda, like how His Grace the Archbishop say that this is for us as Uganda, it will show show the rest of the world that as much as society has deviated from the normal, we as Uganda, as a country, we still stand strong and follow the Christian norms and principles.
And finally, as we get off the air, the Archbishop made the call of the land that is occupied by Makerere Veterinary or College of Veterinary Sciences, and he says about 42 billion is needed to clear the debt, and he also says they need to embark on economic activities. As a member of parliament, as a cabinet member, your opinion and what do you think of the Archbishop's calls?
It's an appropriate one, only that I was shying when he was mentioning that, because we have just finished the budget framework paper, and this pledge was considered under unfunded priority, so we did not put any money into that. But as you know, the budget of the country can always call in for supplementaries depending on the need. So I cannot say it now. I'm not the Minister of Finance, but I'm sure that with time we shall, though this budget we said we shall not consider any supplementary, but if the needs for to do so arises, I think they can consider it. Oh, as the President, because he has always told us, he told us in the cabinet that he has this pledge for the church, and him mentioning that, I think he knew that yes, it's not catered for, but being the head of state, I'm sure he will consider them somewhere, somehow. Either in their budget, he has done it before, and then later on he gets refunded.
Thank you very much for joining Family TV.
Thank you so much, and thank you for serving us.
That is, of course, the Honorable Persis Namuganza, the State Minister for Housing, joining us live at Family TV News at 8. I'm getting back to you in studios, but for us here at Parliament, business continues.